Good morning. Oh, I've been hovering around in the van this morning for a few hours. It's 10 to 10, virtually 10 o'clock. I've now punched in my sat-nav. Sat-nav's telling me I've got 78 miles to get to Loch Assynt. It is foggy outside, that's why I've been in the van all morning. I opened my eyes this morning at 7 o'clock, had a look out the window, and I couldn't see anything. Diddly squat to say. The fog is definitely thick, and yeah, I've nothing to see. So no sunrise this morning, but the journey starts here. Temperature says 0 degrees. It is cold. I've just been out and put all my rubbish in the bins outside, got rid of them. Great little parking spot this is. You've got the estuary literally, I don't know, 20 foot away from the front of the van, which is quite nice. Relatively quiet last night as well. No noise, so I had a pretty good night's kip, I think. Let's get on the road. Yeah, that's all I can do. Join me for today, and let's see where we end up. We should get to Loch Assynt today, as long as we're not snowed in and iced out, that is. So, fingers crossed, the road won't be too bad. See you on the road. Well, as I'm driving along, I'm on the dual carriageway, literally leaving Inverness, and all the roadsides, everything's frozen. Everything's got this white sheen over it, which is really pretty. Don't get me wrong, it's absolutely stunning. I love stuff like that, but I'm a long way from home, so I have to really keep my wits about me and try and stay as safe as possible. Temperature gauge is still on 0, but if the temperatures start dropping too much, I won't take any silly risks, that's for sure. So don't worry too much. We will be trying to keep as safe as possible. I know a lot of you think I'm a complete nutcase, and sometimes I am, but today it's driving carefully. I've stayed on the main road to Olapole, which is a double road, rather than going the slightly longer and prettier way round, which is a single track road. But single track road is not probably the best place to be today, so safety first, main road, and yeah, just take my time and keep my eyes peeled. But the sun catching, when the sun sort of forces its way through the mist a little bit, it's catching some of these trees, and they're golden colours against this frost. If I can spot an image, if I can pull in a lay-by and just get a shot, I'll definitely do it. Wow, and just like that, I've just driven out the fog. So if I can get a lay-by position, I'm going to try and look behind me, because oh my goodness, in my mirrors, and I cannot show you that behind me is out of this world. So I'm going to try and turn around and go down one of these side roads and see if I can look back. Wow, unbelievable. I was just driven out of the fog. How cool is that? I've had to pull over. I'll pull over in a bus stop because I'm going to drive back down into it in a minute. And honest, this is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. That's rubbish, but this is stunning. It's moving at such a speed, but it's just low-lying fog, and I've got an ice-topped, snow-capped mountain above the fog. Just have a quick look at this. It is phenomenal. You know how when you're driving along, especially in conditions like this, and these are the conditions that they really do something special to your eyes and your thoughts and your mind. My eyes are scanning the road, scanning the roadside, scanning the bushes, scanning the trees, knowing that I've got golden leaves and autumn colours and ice, and well, not so much ice but frost, and my eyes are all over the place, as well as concentrating on the road, I'll have you know. A little note as well, a lot of these cars have got automatic headlights now. They don't all switch on when the conditions are bright like this and it's foggy. I've had to override mine and put them in manual to switch them on, because driving in these conditions without your lights is a no-no. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is, I'm seeing so many images. There's an image there, a tree, fantastic. There was an image back up the road, 2 trees leaning apart from each other, amazing. But you just can't stop. I mean, not the fact that I've got all the miles to do, you just can't pull over on the side of the road. You know, especially, I mean, the conditions like this are making it dangerous because someone comes around the bend and they don't see you until it's the last minute. But I've seen so many images. How many images do you see when you're driving? And do you see them all the time? I mean, I see them all the time when I'm driving, particularly trees, maybe more than the scenery. And it doesn't matter what the conditions are, whether it's sunshine, rain, snow, anything. I always see images when I'm driving along. Let me know in the comments, do you? Is it one of your bugbears? Because it definitely is one for me. Anyway, I am on my own. I probably will be waffling a lot. If you're not into me and waffling and talking to you and maybe getting to know me, then maybe these videos aren't going to be that great, because as I'm on my own, the only person I've got to talk to is you guys. And I do enjoy it. I just sort of reel off what's going on in my mind, reel off my thoughts and my thought process and how I'm feeling, whether I'm up and I'm down, and the fact that I'm actually looking for a toilet as well. Shh, don't tell anybody that though. You know, this is what I do. I've just taken a couple of shots. I have taken a couple of snapshots. If I get the opportunities, I'm driving to stop and take a couple more, I will do. And it is a landscape channel after all, isn't it? So yeah. Right, I'm going to keep driving. Right, so I've just seen a photograph. Literally as I turned the camera off just then, I pulled into a small side road, and don't get me wrong, this looks good as well, but I don't know what's down there, so I don't want to drive down the lane. It looks like a quarry actually as I'm turning around, but the woodland is so spooky with this fog and mist in it, but I can't get and shoot everything. But there was a forest turning back up here, but just as I come across the bridge, there was a fantastic old bridge with a small golden tree in it, surrounded in fog, and I'm getting excited. I'm just going to drive back now. It's only 500 yards. I'm going to have another little look, find somewhere to park. Oh, look at the old bridge and the trees. All I've got to do is stand on this bridge and the river underneath. Nailed it. Right, time to get the camera out. Right, so the bridge is in the mirrors behind me. Let me just flick you around. All right, so in my mirror there, I've just literally parked by the bridge. So if you can see, there's the old bridge. It's obviously the old road that used to come down here. So that's the bridge. I need to walk round onto the main road now and go and get it. What a really nice photograph. This may end up as a 16:9 because I want to crop out the bottom of the bridge I'm actually standing on. But I've got all this lovely colour over on the left hand side, and I think I'm going to shoot back the other way as well. I'm focused on the bridge and the tree in front of it, but wow, what a shot. And I've just noticed there's a leading line from the bottom right, so if you look at the bushes, the bottom right brings you round, but the fog and the polarizer's just taking some of the glare off the water so it's not too shiny. F8, 2-second timer. Wow, what a beauty. What a beauty. I think that'll do me for a shot. I'm going to put it on the screen now. I'm just making my way. I'm on the other side of the bridge again now, and I'm actually walking back across it because I can, because there's a tiny little footpath just here that takes you back across that little bridge. And I'm just going to have a little nose and see what the bridge looks like, the main road bridge, while I'm there. But what a beautiful little shot. Very nice, very nice and simple. Oh, it's chilly out there. Oh, has anyone noticed I've changed my lanyard? I got some comments off of people, or one person in particular, saying, why do I advertise other brand of filters and things like that when I have a K&F lanyard around my neck all the time? Duh, it's the only K&F lanyard I had, or the only photography one, but I've got this Ilford one, so I've changed it to that just to shut him up. Also, This is a bit of a plug for uni gear and the heated gloves. And yes, they did send them to me. And yes, it's more gear. And yes, I don't really care. So the same person that was moaning probably that I've got gear off of people, he's actually not on my Facebook anymore because he reported me for calling him a twat. Excuse my French. And now I've got blacklisted on Facebook. But these are brilliant. I can put them on now. My hands are freezing. And I just press this button here. And it goes red. They're heated gloves. So I'm just gonna put them on for 5 minutes. Oh, well, I get me feeling back in my hands. And I can drive with them. How cool is that? Right, turn that one on. Press, hold. Red, red and red. Warmth. Oh, I think they're brilliant. Oh, they're so good. I can feel them warming up now. Oh, and then I can feel the blood starting to rush back into my fingers. Oh. Now I'm going to take a quick drive. Oh, and you can wipe your nose on them. I'm going to take a quick drive up there first just to see what's up in this forest. I'm not going to go mad because I've got 60 miles to go. Mind you saying that, I'll get there at 12 o'clock. It doesn't matter. I can get there at 3 o'clock. Who cares? Right, let's go and have a quick look. Let's see what's up in this woodland car park. Oh my God, they're so warm. Oh, it's chilly out there. I've just been out with the 100-400 on the XT4, snapping a few shots, and I've got a few nice ones, I think. Sort of artistic sort of flair. That's what I went with. I've got one of a nice leaf. I took some cobwebs, some algae, you know, stuff growing on trees and webs and just different things. I think they're really, really nice. So I'm going to put you a few photographs up. Variation in ISOs and apertures and stuff. I probably won't put all the details on the screen for you. And yeah, let's get going again. Oh, where's my gloves gone? Let's get my gloves back on. Oh, are they still warm? They still got warmth in them as well. Woo, let's put them back on a minute for 5 minutes. See you in the next place. I ain't never gonna get there. I've just literally driven past another one of those amazing wonders of nature. Oh, I've got nowhere to turn around. I need to turn around. I've got to go back, turn around and then come back. There's a little tiny lay-by. I can just about get the van in. I wonder if I can turn around in here. Private, it says no parking, but I just want to turn around if I can. I think there's a vehicle coming from behind me, so I'll just let him go past first. I've just got to go back and I've got to show you this. Oh my God, please let it still be there, please. Safety first and all that. I'll put my yellow hat on, and to be honest, it works. People are actually moving across the road. I'm stood right next to the side of the road, but look at what I've got here. It's where land meets nothing. What an amazing stop. I had to get a quick shot, and I've got the XT4, like I say, I've had it on the side of the seat, so I've grabbed it and just taken a shot. And where the lake is, there's absolutely no fog, but everywhere else, it's not a lake, it's a loch, but everywhere else it's just fogged in. I just come down the road and spotted this, and I just had to show you. That is flipping amazing. Photography. This is, you know, seeing something, stopping, grabbing it and getting it. This thrills me. This really does. And I just, as much as it's nice to compose yourself, go to locations, stuff like that, these are one-off photographs. These are unique. No one's going to get these. Nobody except for me, because that ain't going to happen again. And if it does, will you be here and spot it? That's the thing. So, these are the unique shots that you get by just making the effort and having this week on my own up in Scotland. I've got no time constraints, no limits. No, I don't have to be anywhere at any time. I can do what I want, when I want, how I want. and that looks amazing. Even if it don't come out in a photograph, it still looks amazing. Wow. So I've just rounded a corner and I've just come out the fog at the top. Not only that, I'm just locking my van up, security and all that. In the mirror behind me, no words. I can't keep saying what I'm seeing. It's just, there's no words for that. But this side, there's no words even more. I've had to pull over now. I've got a 500 meter walk back maybe. This is the first tiny little lay-by I can pull into, but I am going to walk back, ham, because if I can get a shot with the longer lens, oh my goodness, Thomas Eaton, you're having a run for your money, mate. It looks amazing in my eyes. Can I get it? That's the question. Can I get it? So I'm going to put my coat on, have a walk back. Oh, fingers crossed I can get back there and don't get run over. Is this a manic video or what? I'm literally almost trotting back down the main road to try and get this shot. Oh, I just hope that I can get a peek through the trees and see what I saw in the van. And I haven't got to walk too far down. It's all downhill as well. I've got to walk back uphill in a minute. So I'm just keeping my ears open. I've got a red coat on obviously and a yellow hat. I'm just keeping my ears open for any cars so I can jump on the verge, but this is exciting. But I just hope I can see what I saw just now, because it was amazing. Absolutely a peach of an image, or two or three even. I've just brought the one camera with me. I've got the XT5 with the 7300 on it, and I'm hoping the gap in the trees is still here, and it's just somewhere around here, because I can't walk too far. I don't like leaving the van up there on a little lay-by next to the road. I'll be gobbled if that goes missing now, won't I? Oh, here we come, we're coming into view now. That's it, that's done. I just had to run down there to have a look, and I do not know. It looked brilliant on my eyes. It really does look great for the eyes, but I do not know whether that's actually going to work on the camera. So I'm walking back on the other side of the road now. Always face the oncoming traffic. There's another little one for you. And it's nice being in a bit of sunlight. The sky's blue though. Wasn't expecting the sky to be blue, but it certainly is. I can hear a lorry get on the road. You don't want to be on the road when they come past, I'll tell you. So, right, let's get back to the van. It's 30 miles still to Ullapool. I haven't done anything. I've only done about 20 miles. Insane. But I'm having fun. This video is going to be a really long video. I'm actually going to make a film. This is going to be a film. This is going to be Compton's excitement driving from Inverness to Loch Assynt. So I've just reached Ullapool, and I think it's now time to just have 10 minutes. I've had an apple on the way down, so I'm going to stop, have a couple of me M&S goodies that I got yesterday. I've got plenty of fuel, so I haven't got to worry about that. But this is like the biggest little town now that I'll come to for a while. So I'm just going to make the most of it. I can find a cafe. I might even go in a cafe and have a piece of cake or something like that. So I'm just going to drive down, see what we can find, and fill me boots. So the best I could do myself is a Tesco's meal deal. And look at that, sun is bright, isn't it? It's coming through the side here. So I've got a bottle of orange juice, keep the vitamin C up. I've got some an all-day breakfast, bacon, egg and sausage. Can't beat an all-day breakfast, one of my favourites. And of course the healthy option of crisps, the cool Doritos. That is my lunch come afternoon snack, whatever you want to call it, because what is the time? Time's getting on. It's 1:15 already. So that was in the Tesco's. It also meant I could use their toilet. So a proper toilet. Oh, we've got to unlock. Security's on. Got to take that off. My security I use in the van, if you're interested, I don't know if you're interested, is I use Bearlock. Bearlock. They gave me a gift last year to give away, and I have actually made a video for Bearlock, but yeah, never got around to putting it out because they asked me not to at the time, because there's a little bit of fine tuning to do on this lock system on the plastic covering, that's all. I'm getting warm because the temperature's come up. It's 7 degrees. I don't even know why I've got this jumper on. Should we take it off, get some air in, and then I'm going to go and find somewhere to park up and have some lunch with a bit of a scenic view. Because the view here is just a car park, and I really don't do car park if I can help it. So let's carry on. 25 more miles to Loch Assynt, so I might head that direction and just see where we can find. I think this I think this will do for somewhere to have a sandwich. I really do. Let me just show you the view I've got out of my window, and I'm going to sit with the door open and get the van really cold. Look at this. Oh. Ta-da! We got massive big mountains, big dramatic mountains. We've got the sea lock, nice little harbour sort of sea lock, and then we've got out there in the distance we've got islands to stare at and look at. So I think from the messy interior of my van, which it really is, I think this will do. I'm gonna have something to eat. Speak to you in a bit. This is the life. Now the wind's on the other side of the van, which has turned out quite nicely, but it does mean to say I can sit here now with my door open and the sun on my face. Now I don't understand why this happens or how this happens, but whenever I get up this end of the country, apart from once when I was on a bike and I got drenched, but whenever I get up this end of the country, Isle of Harris, Isle of Lewis, all around Gairloch and up this area, whenever I've been up here in the van or in the car and stuff like that, well, never in the van, I get bloody blue skies. Now it's great for driving in. Oh, that's tarty. Oh God. Oh, does it do that to you? Make you shiver when you get a tarty orange? Oh, that's one of your 5 a day, that is. Yeah, whenever I come to this way, I get blue skies, and it's great for driving in because of safety and stuff like that. Really good, and you can see around and have a very good look. But I hope I can get some good images. Now, I might get some stars tonight, and I'm in the area. I mean, let's face it, I'm right up in the north of Scotland now, aren't I? So, or I will be in the next hour or two. We might even get some northern lights. That'd be nice. But I'm just going to enjoy my dinner. Healthy bread, bacon, egg and sausage. Cheers. That's my lunch done. I've got 21 miles to go, so now it's time to knuckle down and get on up there before it gets dark. I should be there for about 2:30 as long as I don't stop. Gives me an hour to make sure I've got somewhere decent to park. So onward and upward. Let's get going. Oh, are you still actually with me? drop me a comment. Have you been watching all of this waffle and stopping and starting that I've been doing? Because if you have, I really appreciate it. Thank you for joining me in my adventure. And there's going to be more to come. Definitely more to come. I just had to pull over. There was a lay-by, and the mountain, spectacular. Spectacular. Wow. So I was recording as I pulled up, pulled into the lay-by. I literally slid the camera, I moved the camera into zoom, real time. That speed that those clouds are moving is actual real time. Wow, yeah. Little lockdown on my left, quite pretty. Temperature's dropping again now, it's 4 degrees, and I've still got another 16 miles to go. That is amazing. That's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to say that a lot, aren't I? Oh, can I stop? Oh, my sweets are falling off. Oh, only just before I went over the edge. There is a view up in front of me. Oh my God. Where's my sweets gone? they flip off the seat. Let's put them down somewhere. I need to see if I can get a bit closer, because that's a photo, but where I am is it's a bit dipped. Wow. What a day, what a journey, what a trip. There's a bigger lay-by here. Just pull in this one a sec. I'll pull out the big lens again and just get a shot from here, because it's pretty cool. Job done. If at the end of the day these are just pictures for me to remind me of what I've seen and what I've done as I get old and senile, it doesn't matter. But if I do get a cracker, I mean, there was one just now as I pulled away at that little lay-by that I yammed in. I saw in my mirror, but I've already driven down the road, so I don't really want to walk back. But it had all these little locks and islands in them, and the sunlight behind. So yeah, that was pretty cool. But I've got to keep going forward. Still 12 miles to go.
Follow.
Time to get out the van again. I'm going to have to get a photo of this because it looks, in my mirror, it looks like a volcano. So I'm going to have to put my coat on, walk back a little bit, and see if I can get it. The light's shining on the cloud, it just looks phenomenal. But I think I've got an image, and this is all about the journey up here. Like I've said to you so many times coming up, this could be another good one. So I'm going to get the other camera out. I've got clouds appearing over the tops of these hills. The temperature's dropping now. We're getting further and further out into the wilderness. But that behind looks amazing. So I want to see if I can get a shot of that before it changes and doesn't look as good. So now I'm out the van. I'm not 100% sure it looks as good. But I was imagining this bit of water below it. Yeah, the foreground's in shadow, but it's all about that cloud formation on the top of that mountain. So if I can get this water, I think it might be okay. A little bit of water taking you up. Yeah, I think it might be. Let's have a little look and see if it works. If not, I'm going to go on the bank next to where the van is, a little bit higher, and shoot over the top a little bit. But yeah, I think this might just work because there is a bit of light in the foreground as well. Not sure about that now. I've got out and took it. I think it's my excitement. It's getting the better of me. I think I'm seeing things in the mirrors and things, and oh God, in the mirror it looks phenomenal, you know, and when you actually get out with the camera, it's not quite the same, and it's getting cold out there as well. It's not quite the same, so we'll see. Woo. I really do need to crack on. Get it together, Mr. Compton. Oh, look at it in the mirrors. It's like a framed image. Oh, eyes forward, eyes centre. Let's keep going, let's keep going. And I've got a mountain on the left doing the same as well. Yeah, well, it's nice to look at them, have the memories. It is cold, 2 degrees. 2 degrees. Heater on tonight, folks, heater on tonight. I've only gone and done it again when I pulled into a lay-by and turning round, because I've just seen another shot of like a Scots pine on a, this is Lochoo, and you can now see I'm facing the other way, I'm facing into the sun. I've just seen a little island with a tree on it, and the way the sun was hitting it sideways with a low sun looked really nice. There was nowhere to pull over, so I pulled into that lay-by to turn round. I'm going to come back up the road, find somewhere else to turn round. There she is there. Find somewhere else to turn round, and then see if I can get a photo from the van. Just pull over on this road. That looks quite pretty, that does. So I just need to find somewhere I can turn the van round. I like it. I like it a lot. I've only got 6 miles. Actually, it says 10 miles because it says I've got to go all the way down the road and turn around, but I've got 6 miles to go. So I just need to find somewhere to turn the van around. No, after all that, it didn't work. I pulled over on the side of the road and it just wasn't there. There's a power line that runs through it, and it wasn't. It looked better in my eyes until I pulled over. So yeah, onward, 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 onward. I think I can see Loch Assynt up in front of me. It says I've got 2 3/4 miles to go, and that's probably 2 3/4 miles away. If not, then I'm well out. So yeah, we're not far off, and we are in the mountains. It looks, these mountains look a bit like the Faroe Islands where I've just come back from. Very rugged and jagged and straight. River to the left. The loch is up in front. I think I've just passed a parking place that we will be going to hopefully over the next couple of 3 days before I have to head back down. And it is called Bone Caves, the Bone Caves. I'm going to take you to have a look at the caves. It's not a photogenic area, but it's somewhere I want to go to because one, I want to show you the caves, and I want to be brave and big and brave and go and have a look inside. I've just spotted a tree that looks awesome on a hill, changing the subject, and yeah, nice tree. And the caves were known. Oh, and there's some underwater something I want to show you as well. So I'm going to try and take the GoPro to give you a little bit of a look. I'm not going to tell you. You have to watch the video, otherwise it spoils it. So yeah, 1 3/4 miles. I still can't see the castle because I should be parking right next to the castle. So hopefully when I come around this bend I'll be able to see it, otherwise I've put the wrong location in. Wouldn't that be funny? So let's go and jolly well do this. We've got a little bit of soft light on that mountain behind it, if we can get it, and we've also got a little bit of colour in the sky. So I'm going to go and get a picture of this, because I might have to move on, because there is a sign in the car park saying no overnight campers. So I may have to move on a little bit. Calder House, that must be Calder House up in front of us. This is sort of what it should have looked like. If I can spin you around. Oh, here comes that noisy roller. My God, he's making some noise. Right, so this is Calder House, which is that building over yonder, over there. This is what it looked like back in its day. It says here 1726, Kenneth Mackenzie II of Assynt commissioned Calder House for his wife Frances, who did not care for the austerity of the Adverdeck Castle or something like that. So she didn't care for it, and it's a plush looking house with all the bedrooms in it as well. It looks pretty big, and from here it doesn't look that big, but I'm sure it does when I get closer to it. So yeah, pretty awesome, as it's just a ruin now over in that distance over there. So that's the ruin left of the house. So we've got lots of wildlife, including wild cats, stoats, ringed plover, all sorts of animals, water voles. And then we come over to the next signpost. This is a history lesson, isn't it? Look, historic Assynt, which is where we are now. There's the castle, Adverdeck Castle, which is what we're going to have a walk over to. And there's also a little section there saying there used to be a kiln barn just there, which is interesting. And there's also something down on this way over here, so I'll have a little look and see if I can find that as well, which is a horizontal mill. So it'd be interesting if we can find that. And then we've got some more even older stuff. Gosh, he's a noisy bugger going past. That roller. Actually driving it up the road at 10 mile an hour. So yeah, we've got this older stuff. We've got a millstone. I'm not sure if that's on this little line, and this would be good if I can find that, the millstone. But there's a few other little bits and pieces. 2000 BC burial chamber. So lots of interest in this little area. And here's the castle. Adverdeck Castle, 15th century seat of Macleod of Assynt. And it was a fancy looking castle with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 floors in it. Stairway going up. This is kind of what I think it's supposed to have looked like, and obviously now it's just a ruin, but yeah, quite a fancy looking thing. 1672, 14-day siege of Mackenzie of the Water of Ross marked the end of Macleod's ownership of Assynt. When was it built then? 15th century it says, so I'm not sure. Extended the war in 1591, some work done on it, so long time. Yeah, what about that for a history lesson? And I'm missing the light now, bloody typical. The light on the back of that mountain and catching the clouds over there, so I've got a bit of a rush on to get myself in a position where I can get a photograph of my old castle, and all the clouds are lighting up with oranges and colours. Oh my God, always the way in it. When I want to get a picture, I waffle on and give you a history lesson. And the light's beautiful. All the light over the back of those mountains we've been following is going yellow and orange and stuff. So it's going down now. It's going to go down in the next 10 minutes. So let's just see if I can get a picture of the castle with a bit of mountain behind it and a bit of colour, if there's a possible way of getting in that situation. And then I'll call it a day. And what an adventure it's been coming up, eh? What an adventure. Well, I don't know which direction to shoot in first, really. I think I've got to stick and concentrate on the castle. I've just been looking the other direction, and I've just seen the reflection in the water on my little Osmo, so I've got to get the camera really low to try and get the colour reflection in the water. And the water level's really high, so we can't actually get onto the island anyway. Well, you can. It looks like a tiny little causeway, but it looks a bit muddy. And I know I'm flicking the camera around, but just look at the colours all the way around me. As the light fades away now, the clouds are starting to disappear. I've got a lot of blue cloud, a lot of blue sky in the image. The polarizer's on because it's making my clouds seem to pop a little bit. The castle's now in shadow. The last bit of light's coming down on the hills. This is going to be probably my last image, and that's the journey to Loch Assynt. Thank you so much for staying with me if you stayed with me this journey all the way up here. It's such a shame that I can't get any further round to the left, but if I want to get in the drink, then that's the only way of doing it, because the clouds are behind it. But I still think it's a beautiful image, really, really nice. I like the closer image, to be honest, more, but the clouds are disappearing now as the temperature's changing and dropping. The light's going down, it's creeping up the hillside and disappearing. So all I can do now really is say thanks for watching, ciao for now, see you soon, and let's see what tomorrow morning brings. And if I don't actually stop here, I'm going to stop just down the road and come back up in the morning and hopefully get some morning light on it, and that'd be spectacular with a little bit of atmosphere around it. I've got no signal whatsoever now, so it's going to be an early night, plenty of food, some nice fresh bread and soup, and see if I can see the ghost. There's supposed to be a haunted, this is. It's supposed to be haunted, and I'm stopping near a haunted castle. I'll tell you one thing I might try and do, and if I do, I'll either do a video on it separately, or I'll put an image right on the end of this as I shut up, and that is, I might come and get some stars behind it and do a nightscape if I can. And if I do see the northern lights, you'll definitely get to see that. I'll wake you up. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I know it's been a long one, but what a trip it's been. Ups and downs and all sorts. Really, really good. Bye bye.